Okay, hello everyone. Everybody's coming on. Look at that.
Hey,
Good
Claude.
morning. Mark the legend Schisler. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Oh my God, we got a superstar, one of my Hawaii buddies here.
Hey, what's going on?
And we
Are you
got
talking to
the
me?
legend. Mark Schisler. I've known Mark for oh my God, I'm thinking like 20 years now, Mark.
1994.
94. What was I, 16 then or something?
14.
14. Oh my God. What Mark was I think our first Hawaii trip, Mark joined us.
Yep.
Well, absolutely. How you guys all doing here?
Really good.
And let's start off the right way. This is officially Beer with Claude. So show us your brewskis here. Let's go ahead. Jason, what do you got there, buddy? No sound. No, I don't know what that is. Oh, whiskey. Looks like good whiskey too. I don't hear any sound from you, Jason. Jason, nothing coming out. Sorry, buddy. Oh, Stella Artois with whiskey. A beer and a shot. There he goes. All right. Let's go down to the legend, Mr. What's your name again? Justin Chamness, the Shut Up Money Man.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Good to see you. I'm drinking a Blue Moon tonight, Belgian white. Got that orange
Blue Moon
flavor.
is a really good. Blue Moon is a good beer.
I'm also a fan of Stella. So, Jason had a Stella Artois. That's good. I don't know. I like these European beers for some reason.
European German beers are fantastic. I love German beers. Did you ever go to Germany during Oktoberfest? And you get these monster steins with the pretzels and the bratwursts and the giant pig knuckles and all in the oompa music and a lot of fun.
And the spatzel.
Oh, spatzel.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good food. Heavy food too. And we got Mark. Mark, I saw an exotic looking glass there.
I just have some rosé tonight.
Rosé is nice. Lancers?
No, Whispering Angel.
Oh, okay. One of my favorite, I used to drink rosé a lot. And my favorite, I think they still make it, is in the brown bottle from Spain. It was Lancers.
It's the sparkling.
Oh, it's very good. Absolutely. Well, and I'm drinking a little Bush here.
Nothing wrong. Yeah, love Bush.
Oh, Jason, you got your sound back. Nice going.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, so that bottle I held up was just look at it. It's a bottle. It's a bottle from a Baltimore brewery or a Baltimore distillery from the 30s. It's just an empty bottle.
Wow.
Oh, shame.
It's straight rye whiskey. It still has the tax stamp on it.
That particular whiskey is very dry.
Yeah, it's
like so dry you can't drink it anymore.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's right. It is. Yeah, and that's proof. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I love a good old rye whiskey once in a while on the rocks. Not very often, but once in a while I get out the old Crown Royal and just pour that over some ice, and I think that's one of the best drinks. Or
have you tried the apple flavor Crown now? They have apple flavored Crown and some of these. Have you tried some of these flavors they've come out with recently?
I've had the apple. Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Just that kind of stuff. I just sip on it. So yeah, it's good though. It's good flavor.
Yes, and I'd like to call this meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. It's been 8 hours since my last drink.
No.
Absolutely. So I'm in a snowstorm here in the mountains. I mean, we have had avalanches, and 2 weeks ago we had 2 incidences. One guy died in an avalanche, and then 3 guys who were friends in a small town. They died, and they go in the backcountry, and it is really snowing here right now, beautifully. Not like San Diego, Mark. Sorry.
It was raining in SoCal today. The sun came out about a few hours ago. So the rain this morning is headed your way.
Okay, rain at 12,000 feet is usually snow at this time of the year.
Dumped on again.
We've actually had snow in July here. It can snow when you're this high up and the weather's just right. It can definitely snow on this. Let me hit the record button here. We are simultaneously broadcasting, by the way, on YouTube. Just to let you guys know. I think you can see that in the notes up top, can't you?
I was just
There you
reading
go.
this. I was just reading this fantastic book earlier.
It's a good read for the bathroom, man. Put it next to your bidet there. Absolutely. So I wanted to call this meeting to order. Justin, how come your name isn't down there, buddy? Listen, we got to give you a name here.
I don't really know. I'll
see
have
if I
to fix that in some way or another.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Good to see you, man.
Hey,
There we
there it
go.
is.
I just put you in there.
There you go.
Oh, great. Thank you. Hey,
So
yeah, good to
Justin-
see you too, Jason.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
No. Back at you.
Justin came up. I don't know if you had a group call or not, or you sent me a text, but he had a brilliant idea. I love topic titles. And what was the name of that title? A topic again?
Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
It's
It
all right.
was staying relevant over 40 years old, or over 40, here's my best advice.
Okay.
That's kind of what it was. Yeah.
And I like that. I like that topic. I think that's a great topic for a discussion.
Well, let me give some credit to you, Claude, because you've been talking about daily attraction marketing and you've been doing it for, I don't know how long, man. A great example, you're a wonderful role model in that category for sure. And so I've been trying to think up ways to have better titles, better topics, better things that people more relevant to them. So one of my first, and you kind of stirred that up in me. So I want to give you credit for that. But funny how one of the first things in one of the first videos in this newly found eagerness to be making relevant content for daily attraction marketing purposes, how interesting that the first topic would be staying relevant over 40, because that's me.
Well, I'm 40. I'm years old, and I want to. I'm a Woodstock generation kid. I'm a boomer, and I want to stay cool, man.
Yeah.
And
Well,
some things.
you're doing it.
Just get a Robinhood account and join Wall Street Bets, and you'll be very relevant.
You are staying cool.
Well, I try to, and I broke it down. How do you stay? It's a chaotic world we're in. There's so many distractions. We have all this technology. I mean, should I watch Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime, or should I read this book, or should I download this podcast? And there's so many distractions now. Okay. And a lot of people, from an entrepreneur's point of view, how do you stay on top? Or how do you even be innovative in this changing culture? The culture is changing radically, by the way, in terms of business, technology. Always, even it seems to get faster and faster. The technology. I mean, so how do we stay? In terms of sales, I broke it down into sales, marketing, technology, and culture. I broke it down into those 4 areas. And how do you, if you want to make it macro or micro, how do you stay on top of stuff? The new trends, new software, new computer technology, new marketing and sales are very big for me to stay on top of. They're really big.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because they make me more money. Branding. And one of the things I made, as usual, I made a little really sloppy little mind map here real quick before we got on the air. And how do we become, the keyword is an influencer in business? And let's start with marketing. I disagree with a lot of the gurus on marketing right now. Okay, I don't want to chase people. In the old days, we put ads in the newspapers, in Success and Entrepreneur magazines, and stuff. On Sunday morning, we'd get out the new Sunday San Diego Union Tribune with a big yellow magic marker and highlight all the for rents and the for sales and lay them out on the kitchen table and then start calling. But we don't do that anymore. And people, except for me, I still read newspapers, but I read them digitally now. How do we stay contemporary? What do we need to do? In terms of marketing, I want to brand and attract people by putting out compelling content in multiple medias right now. The cost is basically free if you can be creative.
Yeah.
If you can learn the technology and you have some good equipment, I put out content every day. I spend 1 hour a day minimum every day putting out content. And my whole premise, just to cut to the chase, let you guys talk, is just, can I attract quality prospects? People have an interest, rather than chase people who don't know who I am. You know, we have no connectivity here. I just got their name off a list, and I'm hoping the math is in my favor, and I've got to go through hundreds or thousands of contacts and get a lot of rejection, and I hate rejection. So my thinking is, can I attract people into my world so I have better quality prospects and stay contemporary? What do you guys think about that? Justin, go ahead.
Yeah, it's work. That's what I think about it. It is a habit that you have to develop, and it's kind of inconvenient, I think, at times. It's easy to stick with the technology, you know, with the marketing, you know, with the sales techniques, you know, with the culture, you know, but takes energy, effort to learn something new, stretch. But here's the thing too, it's not complicated either, but it is something you have to decide to do, I think. And I think that's the first step, is just make a decision that, hey, I'm going to stay relevant. I'm going to stay up on things. I'm not going to let the world pass me by. I'm actually, we all know people who have let the world pass them by. And I think what's sad is people retire at 65, 66 years old. And if you watch them, if they don't have a hobby of some kind or something that helps them stay relevant, then what happens? I went and saw an uncle, and he was a woodworking kind of guy. And then he stopped being a woodworking kind of guy after retirement. He did it for a while, then he quit. It was like 6 months or a year went by, and I went to see him again, and I swear he had aged 5-10 years or something, man. It was crazy how you just start dying when you don't put that effort in, I guess, to stay relevant and hip, I think is it's an old word, but hipster. That's it's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, not because I'm not really posting on TikTok, I'm not really posting on Instagram. I am on Facebook, but at least on TikTok and Instagram, I get exposure to some new tools and some, because I follow the real estate people, I follow the sales people, I follow the success and motivation people. I think that really helps me. At least I know what's going on out there a little bit. But I don't know that. I'll let somebody else take over. Sorry.
Go ahead, Jason.
No, just taking it in, man. That makes sense, Justin. It's just like, I've seen that quite a few times too, and it's sad when you haven't seen somebody for a while and you know that they had a passion for something, whatever it may be, like woodworking or whatever it is. If they're they're really killing it in real estate or they're doing well and they're just whatever it is they're passionate about, and then you haven't seen them for a while. And you just you look them up either because it's an old friend or a relative, and you go and you see that they've just let go of that, you just have to have something to be passionate about.
Yeah.
Well, we sound like a cheerful bunch of guys when they get to know us. Oh yeah.
Mark, you want to jump in on this?
I just turned 66, so I'm the guy you're talking about. We all aspire to have Claude Diamond's hair. That's
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
right. I
Yeah.
mean, I lost my,
Pandemic haircut. I need a haircut, man.
I lost my hair
I'm
when I was
working on it.
35. I'm like, come on, I've got all this equity and I got none. I think Justin hit the nail on the head. I don't think you can be complacent. So you've got to stay current. I mean, I think Instagram, and I use YouTube as a search engine now. I don't even go to Google anymore because I think I'd rather watch the videos than read about stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
good,
and I've got more
good
into
point.
the investing world.
Love YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's great, and I've got more
Oh, yeah.
into the investing world. I made a connection with a guy who's developed some software for Wall Street Beats, and we produce heat maps for what people are talking about and Robinhood topics. I mean, that's where the young people are. They're on Robinhood and they're on Wall Street Beats, and they're investing like maniacs and losing a ton of money. So that's kind of my take from the last few months.
I've got a Robinhood account. That's interesting you say that, man. That-
Robinhood is really the millennials. They're very big into beat the man. Let's get the man. Let's stick it to the man. That's that kind of a mentality.
Rock and roll.
They don't understand who they're dealing with. So, and LinkedIn is good too. That's how I stay in touch with Claude. I know he posts there every once in a while. I watch all his stuff he does there. So yeah, having that purpose, staying active, keeping your mind going, watching these 18-year-old girls that have 69 million followers, and all they're doing is putting on makeup, right? They're getting paid by Revlon, they're getting paid by all these different makeup companies. I'm like, how do I get in on this? It's like, do I do wine reviews? What am I going to do to make that kind of money and get 69 million followers? I mean, how do they do that?
It's amazing. I my little YouTube videos, I always tell people about this. I get a lovely check every month from Google, which owns YouTube, just for putting up those 15 to 30 videos every month. And people watch them and they share them, and I get a check. But more importantly, and the premise for what I did was to keep a presence online and to attract new prospects, new people who are interested in the same things I'm interested in: real estate, social media, marketing, sales, of course, got sales system. And it is amazing. So I'm getting leads and I'm getting paid for leads. I used to spend over $10,000 a month on marketing. Now I don't spend anything. I just spend a little time trying to be creative using LinkedIn and all the other different things. Something Justin said before I wanted to comment on. I think I'm never going to retire, not because I can't. I love what I do. My work is not a four-letter word to me. I love what I do. I find it stimulating. I find it creative. I make new friends all over the world with this wonderful. This technology is just amazing what it's done for my consulting and mentoring business. I mean, it's just, look at us now. We're talking like we're in the same living room here in real time. There's none of that max headroom. Does anyone remember that?
I do, yeah. I still want to see everybody in Hawaii when we're on the other side of all this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I think a lot has to do you love what you're doing? Gary Vaynerchuk talks a lot about that. A book I read 20 years ago, Barbara Sinitar, Do What You Love, and the money will follow. You got to be practical, of course. I mean, some people would love to play golf or tennis all day long, but I don't know if anyone would pay them if they have the skill set. Okay. But the thing is, if you could do something you love and make it practical, that might be the elixir of youth. We'll talk about health in a few minutes. I'll switch over. But I think if you do something you love, you're stimulating your brain, you're talking to people, you're getting income, which is nice. As that goes, and you can work from your home now. Guys, we all discovered this years ago. I've been working from home forever, but today there's a major culture shift, right? Even in corporate America. How about that?
Yeah. And people are fighting it. There are many companies that like Louis Vuitton in New York City, everyone's coming back to the office. I'm like, you guys are crazy. You're in the most expensive real estate in the world. Why don't you let everybody work from home? Salesforce did it. Today, Spotify did it. I mean, there's all kinds of companies now who are saying just work from home. This is a secret that we figured out 10, 15 years ago. Working from home was great,
Yeah.
but we didn't have Zoom. We didn't have any of this. So work from home has, plus the technology really means you can work till you're 80, 85, 90, as long as you want.
Why not? I think it keeps you young.
Yeah.
I think here's a question for the group that I wrote down. Do we, as humans, we're social animals. Do we crave acceptance from other people? Do we need that? Is that our energy source? Do we need belonging? Do we need to socialize with other people? You can see the stress right now with the pandemic. People can't go out to dinner or go to parties and things like that. They can't travel. How's that affecting people? I asked the question, how is all this being restricted for 1 year? How is this psychologically affecting people? How much do we need that social acceptance and getting together with other people? What do you think?
It's affected us in more ways than we could count, really. I'm glad to see kids starting to get back into school finally. And, like you said, it's just like we're designed by design. We need to interact and give hugs and, break bread and look each other in the eyes, et cetera. That's just what we're built to do, I think.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Justin, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I think it does have a psychological effect on people, but I'll just be frank with you. I was doing it long before the government suggested that we do it. I mean, I wanted to work from home all along, and I finally figured out a way to do it. And when the government said, hey, everybody work from home, I looked at my wife and she looked at me, and we both went like this. Man, we were ahead of the game and we were glad for it. Thank you, God, for that. That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to sound like I'm patting myself on the back, but, I don't know if I relate really,
I love working from home. Better coffee, cleaner bathrooms. One of the neighbors once asked one of my kids when they were real small, your dad's always home. What does he do for a living? And my little guy, David, he was 4 or 5. He said, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they thought I was dealing drugs or something. I was always home. I love working home. I took all the money since I could work from home, and I always had a dedicated office, a quiet place, and everything like that, and I could take the money I made instead of paying for an office or employees. I did the employee thing for a while. I don't like employees anymore because I've been one. So I kind of I put on a lot of different hats, but all the money I made, I used to get rid of my mortgages on my own properties and on my investment properties. You know how nice it is to have a mortgage-free property with that, how well you sleep at night when you get rid of that mortgage, baby.
Yep.
That is a good feeling. I was once on the phone with a client. Okay. And this is before internet. I was just on the phone, and all of a sudden I hear a yell from down the hall. It's my little guy, David, again. He says, will someone help me clean my butt? That, right on the phone. That's working from home, man. Yeah. So I'm on the phone with a client. I said, hey, I got to help my little guy. He needs some help. And the client goes, hey, this is an important conversation, Claude. I want to do this deal with you. I said, I'm sorry, but sometimes you get a little behind in your work.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. You people on YouTube, I heard that. I save up these old jokes. Mark's heard them already.
Not all of them.
How important, I think so, working from home, using the technology, doing something you love, this is all part of your health, isn't it? Staying young.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And can you know what I really love? Because, and Justin does this too. I consult, I mentor people. And what's great is I don't have just people in my age group. I have people much younger, and I even have some people under 20, some 18 and 19-year-olds, which I love these kids. Okay. I love millennials. I love Gen Xers. These are great kids. And they're so respectful. They're so wonderful. They want to learn, they're so smart too. They want to learn from someone else who's made more mistakes. You know what that does to keeping you cool when you're mentoring or working with young people?
Yeah, that makes you feel even younger.
Oh, it does.
Yep.
It does. And I got a secret I'll share with you guys. And I didn't mean to monopolize this conversation, but I took a lot of good notes here. When you work with people in a variety of different industries, and you work with young people also, guess what? You learn from them, even though you're getting paid to teach. Don't tell anybody. You learn so much.
Yeah.
You know, I had a speaking engagement once, and I said, hey, all you young people under 25, do you ever go to the post office? Do you go once a week? No hands went up. How about every 2 weeks? No hands. I said, how about once a month? And 1 or 2 hands came up, and a guy in the front row said, what's a post office? Okay. And I stopped doing postal mailings when I started hearing this, because they don't go to the post office. They don't have any need for it with texting and email and stuff. And this is an application. While you're learning, you're applying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any, Justin? You're a guts licensee. You're a trainer. Do you have any young dudes or dudettes that you work with?
Yeah, I've got about 85, and there's a lot of them that are younger, and then there's a lot of them that are older than me. Also, it's a really nice mixture of ages across the board, and I find that is what you just said there is really, it shows up in my group, because the young people, they love to share with the older people. The older people love to share with the younger people. It's magic. It's wonderful. I've never experienced anything like what happens in my group.
How much do you, the dark, dirty little secret, how much do you learn? My students, mentees, they're always bringing me new application. Claude, have you heard about this application? Have you tried this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
Did you watch this movie? Have you seen? Someone turned me on. This is really embarrassing. I'll share. Someone turned me on. I've been stream watching, or what do they call when you watch a series of something?
Binge watching?
Binge watching. Someone told me about 3 weeks ago, have you seen a show? It's on Netflix called Shameless. And I've never seen it. And I'm a I think it's William Macy is on it. And I'm a big William Macy fan. And somehow I missed 11 seasons of this show. And
it's almost over too, man. It's only got like two episodes left or something. I don't know.
Don't give it away.
Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders is another good one.
I like Peaky Blinders. I started wearing a baseball cap with a razor blade in it. Okay. Peaky Blinders was also good, but this Shameless thing, that William Macy, this is not a show, ladies and gentlemen are watching. This is not a show you watch with your children or your grandmother, by the way.
No.
Okay, but
or your priest, or
your priest, rabbi, or whatever.
Same with Peaky Blinders. He put the lead character. He put the C in confidence. That guy, for sure. Yeah.
But great. But you learn so much from them while you're teaching, and they give you all this great input. By the way, every day, I still read the Wall Street Journal and that New York City version of Pravda. I forgot, it's New York Times. That's right. Do you read the New York Times still too, Mark, or is it driving you crazy?
That drove me crazy.
New York Times. I grew up with the New York Times. It was at that time, it was like 25 cents a week, and you got papers every day. And then I brought them home. My mom and dad read it. It was a great paper, super writing. The opinions were in a strange place. You guys might not have never heard of it. It's called the editorial section. Okay, today New York Times, the whole thing is editorial section. And the writing and the quality, the punctuation, they can't even punctuate the damn thing anymore, you know?
I used to live for the editorial.
Oh,
section.
yeah. I love editorials, but I know it's someone's opinion, and I like diverse opinions and everything. But New York Times has just gone completely to one facet of politics now. They They don't want any other opposing viewpoints at all. And that to me is not a newspaper anymore. That's just an opinion paper.
Yeah.
Okay? I want a yin and a yang. I want to learn something. I don't want everything just the way my beliefs. I want to learn. I want to have a input from other people's opinion too. So, but I do read them both every day. I listen to podcasts every day. A couple different podcasts.
Yeah.
I like the one up by you, Mark, up in LA, John and Ken,
John?
KFI.
Yeah.
They
Sure.
crack me up.
Yeah.
They crack. So I'm always getting that stuff. I used to. Do you guys subscribe to as many magazines as you used to get?
No.
Do you remember when we all had all these? I'm not kidding you. Claudia and I, and with the kids and everything, I think we were getting 35, 40 magazines a month. Not kidding you.
Yeah. We were selling them. We had to buy them, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that BMG music group thing where you could get like a CD in the mail every week?
Yeah, I was a DJ. I was a DJ in back in the early 90s, and I bought yeah. Of course I did. And Columbia House, very similar.
Yeah, exactly. I think I tried both of them, man. I had a big library.
I bought 500 CDs from them at one time. And of course, everything kind of, a lot of that music just faded away. But
you know what a Gen X would say, or a Gen Y would say. What's a CD?
Right. A certificate of deposit.
Right.
Yeah. What's that? I'm amazed the vinyl is making such a big comeback.
Oh, that's so fun though, huh?
So organic.
Yeah. That's fun.
Oh yeah. I just hope they don't bring back 8-tracks anymore.
Oh, I don't think they will.
Well, with vinyl too, it was about the cover art. It wasn't this big.
Yeah.
It was, you had something you could open up and read it. It was CDs and then cassettes and the miserable 8-tracks.
But Mark will remember this. Mark, you and I are the only guys who might remember this. Do you remember in the time of tape, 8-tracks, 4-tracks, cassettes, that on a summer road, driving down a hot summer day, you'd always see tape on the side of the road from everybody pulling out their tape cassettes too fast, and they got stuck all the time. Yeah. You remember that?
Very first 8-track I ever had was Magical Mystery Tour by the Beatles.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It'd be cool if you still had that, huh?
Yeah,
that might be worth something.
I got the cassettes somewhere, so
we have the original album. We still have original vinyl upstairs.
Whoa.
Stuff like that.
I bet that's worth some money, Claude. That's fun.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
cool.
Hey,
How could you ever sell Sgt. Pepper's?
Nah, you wouldn't. No.
How could you ever sell Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, A Night at the Opera, one of the greatest albums ever made. Fantastic. Oh, Rolling Stones. Who's a Stonehead here?
who doesn't love the Stones? Love them. Love them.
Okay, Mark Schisler, I need a confirmation on this because you're Lou Quinall can help with this too, my California guys. I read that in Berkeley or San Francisco, the Board of Education is taking down all the names that has George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, or Paul Revere. And one suggestion was to do, what's his name from the Grateful Dead?
Jerry Garcia.
Jerry Garcia High School, okay, instead of Abraham Lincoln.
That's funny.
Is that true? Have you read that?
Yes.
Well,
the suicide rate in San Francisco is skyrocketing among young people. It's got one of the highest in the nation.
Lou,
And
bring,
it's not
Lou,
just-
what do you,
It's
go
not.
ahead.
It's not just the Berkeley. It's all over California.
I'm not going to get into a political discussion. We're talking
But saying,
not much, right? We're getting it. By the way, hello, Felipe. Felipe did an awesome show today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, and actually, I wanted to jump in to thank you because, I wouldn't have 3 weeks ago, I would have never thought about getting out of my comfort zone and just doing live broadcasts. But it's virtual attraction. You get qualified leads. I've already got a couple of emails and stuff. So, we're in a time. We're in an hour where we can say this, but this shit works. It's great. It's great. So thank you. I mean, and also thank you for joining. That was great. You know, that the minutes that you popped in that call, that was amazing.
Let me ask you a question, because you're the young dude on the thing today.
I'm 39, by the way.
39. I got boxer shorts. I got boxer shorts older than you.
Okay.
I have to run get a beer, so I'm going to throw you a loaded question here. How do you stay contemporary in terms of technology, sales, marketing, culture? How do you stay cool? Well, you have 3 young kids, so it's easy for you, maybe.
I mean, yeah, but like today I was actually, my daughter was listening to this, that crap they put, like, like I don't know, what is it, the weekend and all of that. And I try to put some 80s rock on it. And she's like, Dad, that's horrible. And I go like, no, that's great. Like that's good stuff. Guns N' Roses, like it. How do you stay current? I think that we talked about this, being a contrarian. If everybody tries to fit in, that's an opportunity for you to stand out and just try to do something different. Try to be think outside of the box. Just like do stuff that it's I mean, we just talked about this morning. You wanna get attention by throwing topics that are controversial, but they're not too loaded. Like, for example, things like in our business, salesman comes first, without getting political and talk boo freaking who-ness and stuff that we're not even that we shouldn't even be bringing up. Like, don't trust a guru, stuff like that. Don't trust a guru if they're
never trust a guru wearing a white shirt and a red tie.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff.
Amen.
And how do you stay current or stay contemporary? What's the biggest thing right now? It's content marketing. There's a simple equation, and it's offer minus ask equals value. So if I offer you something of value, which is a free book, a free mind map, or a free consultation call for 15 minutes where we can just decide whether it makes sense or not to do business, minus what I'm asking from you, a yes or no decision, that's where the value is at. The time where you're a recovering attorney, it's caveat. It used to be caveat emptor, now it's caveat venditor.
Yeah, that instead of buyer beware, it's just always buyer beware. Caveat buy. What was it? Caveat emptor, caveat ventor, something like that.
Something like that. Because right now we live in an area. An era of information. Everybody can Google you up and see if you're a fake guru or if you're someone that knows your stuff, or if you're really putting value out there. That's something that, for example, Claude and Justin, you guys are doing great on that part, because you're just you're giving something of value to people. Yes, correct, shameless plug. And now the other thing, how do you stay current? Besides offering an incentive, be unique. Be unique and accountable. I mean, if somebody's gonna call you because they want to give you your hard-earned dollars, whatever it is it for a sales training, consultation, real estate deal, have the decency to answer your own phone.
Oh, that's good.
Do you think you should recycle content from your research, or be a creator of new content, new ideas? Is it okay to be opinionated anymore in this culture where everybody's a little bit sensitive? Can you say things like you're not allowed to think about it, or the salesperson is always right, or can you give good phone? Are you allowed to be an originator and brand yourself with original content? What do you think, Justin?
What?
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. That's tough though. I mean, that's a big goal. If you're like, hey, I want to come up with something original, man, You know, Solomon, the prophet of old, I guess, I don't know, King Solomon, he said that there's nothing new under the sun. And so I don't know if we can really invent anything too incredibly new, but here's what I find is that just doing it. And here's what my psychologist told me. All right. He said, hey, just put yourself out there, the real you, and the right people will like you, and the wrong people won't mess with you. And you'll just have the right people in your life and you'll be happier. And I find that to be true with daily attraction marketing. I just do it. And for some reason, you know, some people just still don't like me. And then there's other people that just really like me. Okay. And then there's other people that seem to really like me just a little better than that even. I don't know. It's crazy.
Do you think they resent your level of confidence that you're doing something that 90%, 95% are unwilling to do, to put yourself out there, you know, and possibly get attacked or something, or throw your ideas out there?
Can I get a little nerd on that? Because this all goes back to transactional analysis, okay? And the bully, you know, there's two states, okay, not okay. The bully, it's a person that it's not okay in their, you know, in their self-esteem. They're very insecure and all of that. So how do they get their kicks? By making other people feel worse than they feel. And those are the trolls on the internet, the people that are gonna trash you. They're gonna, you know, try to find stuff. But like, okay, and yeah, it's true. Sometimes that stuff hurts, but I mean, you got to focus on maybe if there's like 50% of the other people that really enjoy your content and they wait for that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday call you do, and all of the stuff you put out there. You got to focus on that 50% and forget about the rest. They're losers. I'm sorry, but they're losers. They're in their mom's basement with their 10 chihuahuas.
I 100% agree with you, man. I really do. If this were my meeting, I would say it in a really crude way. Like my group, if my group's watching it all, y'all know, you've heard me say it. If you know something, if they can't take a joke, you know, and
my mentor used to say, "It's not F me, it's F you."
Right.
Amen. That should be the 12th commandment. But anyway.
You have to have, do you have to have, in an ever-changing world, a chaotic world, do you still, even while you're learning and adapting, still have to have an air of confidence?
Yes.
A level of authority to command respect, to do business?
You definitely do, especially on LinkedIn. And here's a good tip and a good secret for LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, to gain attraction and followers and people who think like you do, all you do is comment on other people's posts that you agree with, and everybody seeks you out. Everybody connects with you. Everybody will listen to what you have to say. And even if the person that you're commenting on doesn't have 100% of your views, Claude, you'll love this. You stroke their ego a little bit. You tell them how great they are, and all of a sudden they come around to your side as well. So just comment, be yourself, and use Claude's gut system, and you'll find that it works great on LinkedIn.
I go to other people's web pages, and even if I don't disagree with them, the first thing I'll say is, "Oh, interesting video. Very, you know, you really made me start thinking." You always start with a compliment, with a stroke, and then you subtly, I love double entendres, okay, where you go in and you make a comment that could be taken in two different ways, okay, and that way you still get your point across without getting deleted, like Mark said.
But I get 40 to 50 followers a week just by commenting on people's posts. And then when everyone comments on this post and there's 50 comments in there, I'll actually seek out the 50 people that commented that I agree with and tell them what a great comment they made. And they'll send me connection requests. I don't even send out connection requests anymore.
Isn't that great? Just, you know, putting out branding.
Law of attraction marketing.
The law of attraction marketing, putting out consistent, compelling content. and with incentives sometimes. Hey, if you like more of this information, you like more information, you'd like something for free. So you're the light and they're the moths, and you're constantly attracting people to your different formats, whatever it is. It really works. We talked about how important is health in staying contemporary. Let's talk about health for a minute. Lou, how are you? Let me let you get a word in edgewise here.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, Lou. You're Asian arts instructor, aren't you, or something like that? You break concrete blocks with your pinky or something like that.
No. No, I do teach martial arts. I teach kung fu.
Okay, what's in how important is health, both mental and physical health, in staying contemporary, staying healthy?
Well, it's very important. It's all a mindset, right? If you're exercising, I was just thinking about the other day, when you're working out, you're creating endorphins. Endorphins make you feel good, feel great. You want to be able to do stuff, right? You feel good about yourself. You're on top of the world, right? You can do anything. So, I think it's very important. Absolutely. That's why I work out before I start trying to make my phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is great. I mean, you do your morning run, Claude. I do the same. Those endorphins, and then if you mix it up with having some good calls, closings, that dopamine can't get any better than that.
Right. And of course, the whole thing about they do meditation, martial arts, we do meditation, right? So again, it's trying to get your mind clear and trying to break through some barriers that you might have. So I mean, it's a lot of the gurus seem to be pushing that kind of stuff. Getting into your mindset and getting into meditation, prayer, whatever it might be. So it's already incorporated into martial arts. So
when I go running, believe it or not, when you're running, and I'm talking 7, 8, 9 minute miles, easy going running or stuff, you actually can lose yourself. You can actually lose yourself. You can actually meditate while you're doing aerobic exercising.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a place without distraction. I run in the woods on the trails here in Colorado. In San Diego, I run in the canyons. A lot of times you don't see anything. The only thing that wakes you up is maybe in San Diego, a rattlesnake or a skunk going in front of you or something in the canyons, right, Mark?
Sure.
Or a tarantula. I've seen tarantulas in San Diego.
Or a mountain lion.
Well, in Colorado, you're running, and all of a sudden you see in the dirt a cougar or mountain lion tracks. You wake up. Well, you wake up all of a sudden, man.
Yeah.
You really do. Or if you're running and 50 yards in front of you, an 800-pound moose goes in front of you, and he just stops and looks at you like a 2-week-old puppy, and he always wins, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine.
Absolutely.
I've only been intimidated by a wildlife once. It was a porcupine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was on a really narrow single track trail. Did you ever see a porcupine open up their quills?
No.
Of course.
You do not pet porcupines
On
or
TV.
skunks. Amazing.
Yeah.
What do you guys see before we run out of time here? I got to leave at the top of the hour. Tonight is grilled cheese and bacon on a toasted bagel night.
That sounds
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Texas
Oh,
toast?
yeah.
How thick is the bread?
Oh, it's a nice everything bagel, and Claudia mixes up the cheese. I like a little brie, a little Munster, a little Swiss or cheddar, and then this really smoked apple wood bacon. This thick slice of bacon on it. And you bite into that, and the crunch of the bacon and the bagel and the cheese melting in. What am I doing right now?
God, you sound like
Guts 2.0.
Yeah. Royale with cheese.
Oh, yeah. Okay, my last question for the group. What do you see right now in the biggest cultural shift, the biggest change that you've seen? I'm seeing people leaving the cities, their $6,000 a month, 600 square foot apartment, and they're moving to the country in the suburbs. I'm seeing that that's a big cultural shift going on right now for those who can afford it. Why pay thousands of dollars to live in the city when you can work digitally from a lovely place in a nice big home, and everybody's got room for a lot less money than being in the cool city? I see that as a very interesting shift. What do you guys see? Anything unique or different?
Why even live in the United States? I mean, doesn't it make a lot of sense to make your money virtually, living in a beautiful, exotic place, and then, you know, you're making your money in the United States, but you're spending it there? You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
I've got buddies
like
that want to
that.
do that. You know, I got
yeah,
kids, you know, so I don't know what to
Good.
do with it.
A good friend of mine, you guys might know him, Yassine Shah. He left Las Vegas and moved with his lovely wife to Manila, the Philippines.
Beautiful place, you know, like exactly what I'm talking about.
He lives like a king in a castle for less than $1,000 a month. He has servants, he has a huge house. I mean, Lou, you probably know more about this than me. Go ahead.
Well, you know, I was in the Philippines 2018. So yeah, it's like I think it's 40-1. So you know,
50-1, I heard now.
50-1. Yeah. So you know, it's you do
50-1 what? Dollars? What do you mean?
Dollars to pesos? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's you know, in Manila, if you're an American, you can get by because everything is in English, and they speak English. So.
And they like are cool with people that are from the United States. Like, you know, like they kind of have a little bit of our culture and everything too, right?
Absolutely. And
that's cool.
They want to hear you talk because they want to emulate you. Yeah.
Oh, they don't want to emulate me.
Don't sell yourself too short.
Justin, it's really interesting. So you say that the whole culture shift from the urban, a Starbucks every 30 feet and all those restaurants, and I'm saying people are moving to the suburbs or maybe rural. I have good friends. They moved from Seattle to Idaho, Coeur d'Alene and stuff. But you're saying, Justin, that people are going to go even further. They're going to go to Canada, Mexico, Australia. What are you saying?
What's the difference? If you're locked down and it's kind of a global lockdown, I mean, if you're Zooming, you know, conferencing every day with your clients, if you're working from home, what difference does it make if you're living in Omaha, Nebraska, or Dallas, Texas, or Thailand? It doesn't, right?
You might have to stay up a little later, but who cares?
Yeah. But hey,
yeah,
you know, you're living the rock star life over there. You stay up all night anyway, right? You know. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna get a little controversial because I'm an immigrant. I'm an immigrant from South America, and I can tell you this: I've spent seasons in many countries. You know, my wife and I even went to Singapore, and all of that. And I can tell you this with certainty: you can only, you know, play so many rounds of golf. You can only, you know, if you know, go to a paradise beach, but I also have some friends that right now they're living in a mansion in Tulum, Mexico, right down from Cancun. But it gets old after a while. Like what we have here, the you know, like not. I mean, in a place like for example, like Claude is like in Winter Park. You know, like even though if you're in a place that it's, you know, very secluded, you can ski, you can do all of that. I still want to have my Amazon Prime. I still want to have those things that you don't get anywhere else in the world. So that's why, I mean, I choose whether it's living in East Bumble in a mobile home or Thailand or Philippines. Like Philippines, I have people that work with me in Philippines. They're great people, but there's still some other things that you get in those countries that it's tough. You know, like for example, when you're wealthy, you have other set of concerns because you never know when somebody's gonna come and kidnap your kids. And that's a real concern.
cool,
that's a
though.
real
I'm just
concern.
kidding.
I have
That
I
worked out
had
okay.
I had
for me.
yeah, my uncle was living in
Mhm.
Guatemala in a 5,000 square feet property where they had to have armed guards to go to school
Wow.
because for a $5,000 ransom.
It-
So yeah, it's great.
You remember Man on Fire, you know, if you've ever seen that movie with Denzel, Man on Fire, that's what that was about.
Wow.
So I choose the States 10 out of 10
Okay.
times.
I
guys.
hear what you're
Amen.
saying too.
Yeah, Felipe,
But the thing about how many rounds of golf can you play? It's like, Claude, how many beers could you drink?
Let's find out. Let's find out.
Exactly. Like I want to find. I don't know how many rounds of golf that is, but I want to find out. You know.
hey, Claude, here's the biggest trend that I've seen this year: democratization of the stock market. You've got 20 million people on Wall Street bets who are trying to take down hedge funds that have multi-billions of dollars. And I think everybody is empowered to say, where's mine? Why am I not participating in this? So Wall Street bets, the stock market, and what's going on there is a dramatic shift in the retail investor trying to take control back from Wall Street. That's the biggest thing that I see this year.
I have a question on that. Is the motivation political or financial? They want to make more money or both or what?
No, it's financial and it's let's stick it to the man.
Okay, so it's a little of both really, isn't it?
A little of both.
Both.
You've got to follow the trend. And when you see the trend topping, you got to get out and you got to make your money and then move on to the next popular thing. That's where most people have it wrong. If you bought GameStop at $4.85 and if you didn't get out, it's $50 today. So who lost? So I lost.
The thing I didn't understand is GameStop is a dying business. It's a retail business when everybody can get it online now. So I always agreed that its stock was justified being low. They boosted it way up for hundreds of dollars. And then it then sooner or later, the market came into effect again. God bless free enterprise. And it's back down in the basement again, isn't it?
It's back down to 50. And the problem is that when you have people with billions of dollars who are willing to stay the course, they're going to beat the little guy every day of the week. But if you invested at 50 and you went to 480 and you got out, you made a killing. There are people that made multi-million dollars getting out at the top. So the strategy is trade smart. Don't be the dumb money.
Yeah, it's interesting. So you see that shift. Do you see more of that occurring?
Oh, yeah.
What is it, Robinhood?
They did it to the marijuana stocks yesterday. They bid Sundial way up and Tilray, and today they got crushed. So it's going to be a recurring theme. They're going to keep going after who they see the short interest is, trying to bid the stock up, and they don't get out and they get killed.
But is there any logic to bidding on a company and getting the price up on a crummy company that's not making any money? Where's the lot? Is this gambling or just what?
Gambling. To you and me, the answer is no. To them, the answer is yes. Why did they buy Hertz when it was $4? They thought they could save Hertz, but they got crushed. They got, they're done. They're gone. So
sooner or later, the natural forces of the market will come into effect, correct?
Yeah.
That's why choose dirt, invest in real estate, or in sales training. That's what's gonna get you paid.
Okay, Lou, you got a cultural shift you're seeing. Your experience, you have a lot of knowledge about delivery systems in San Diego and everything. What do you see as the future of that? Do you see a shift there?
But that's kind of like political too. I mean, they're trying to. You're talking about Uber and all those delivery type businesses.
Right. Yeah.
They're trying to make them into, instead of having people independent contractors, they're trying to make them employees. And so if they're making them employees, and I don't know, I don't understand what if it's gonna happen. I've talked to a lot of Uber drivers and Lyft guys, and they're telling me that, half of them are telling me, yeah, it's great that we didn't go that way as as an employee because we won't have control of our time. And there are other people who said, I really want the insurance, and I could use that, if we were employees. So, it's hard to say, where it's going.
Hey, Lou, what do you think about them delivering alcohol now with Drizzly?
Drizzly.
Well, I don't know. I know nothing about that. This is the first time I heard it.
How do I get hooked up with that? What is that?
It's raining.
Yeah, so Uber now is going to be in the alcohol delivery business, which I got to credit them.
Oh.
They really got their finger on the pulse of that.
They're going to deliver marijuana too, probably, if they're not already.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I could see
phone
that.
number?
We probably
Uber
have-
Weeds.
What's that phone number?
I don't know.
Gentlemen, I have to go. The bacon is calling me. I can smell it in the room. Do you ever
Oh, my
smell
God. I bet.
bacon?
Justin,
What
Yeah.
10 greatest smells of all kind. My buddy Justin, thank you so much for
Thank
helping
you.
me with
Thank you,
this
Claude.
great idea.
Love you, dude. Thanks.
Felipe, Lou, Jason,
Thank you.
Martin.
Take care, guys. Have a great
Thank
one.
you.
thank you.
You too. Good to see you guys.
Great one, guys.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Stay safe, guys. And I'll see you all next week in the Philippines or wherever we're moving to, okay? See you later.
Bye.